Okay, we're rolling.
You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour. You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour.
Girl, hurry up. The show about to come on. Come on. Dang.
Who in my way? Yo, we are here in the building. Yes, we are. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast Live. And you know it's live. And we got a full house tonight, man. We got a full house. We have a very full house. We have the bike riders.
Yes.
They've been riding, some people ride 30 plus years. Some are riding across the country.
You feel me?
Some been riding and rocking and doing what they gotta do, but they all been riding. It's all about, you know what? Let me shut up. I'm just gonna let them explain. So here we go. Of course, we're gonna introduce ourselves. We got me and my beautiful wife is the Dream Team, Jordan 23, of course. Yes, we're here. And to the, let me get this right. And to the right of her is my good friend Gina. Yes, Gina Sweeten. And to the right of her is, we're gonna go with the panel thing. We got Roberto.
Yep.
Directly across from me, my good man Roberto directly across from me. And we got my cousin right next to him is, who is that? Shanetta Gwen.
My last name is not Gwen anymore.
Shanetta,
You
I
heard?
keep saying that.
You heard?
I didn't hear it. I don't know why I keep doing that. Man. But okay, now we have some of the pillow. See, if Keita would have did this right, I would have had everybody's picture. But we ain't gonna say nothing. So
Blame you.
we got, you can't blame me. We got, who we got right here? We got Lakita Cole. Lakita Cole. Yes. You want to introduce themselves. I don't want to talk. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Joey Whitmore's in here.
And to the right of Lakita, we got
Joey Whitmore.
Joy Whitmore.
Yeah, sorry.
And to the right of Joy Whitmore, we have
Strawberry.
Strawberry, yes, Jen Strawberry. And to the right of her, we don't have the picture, but we have
Taz.
Tasmanian Devil in the house. We got it. And we're going to say something. I'm going to do, this is my wife, I'm going to go ahead and say something special. We got an Aiken crew in the house, and they do something special. What y'all do?
Don't hate. 91. Swoop 89.
It's all good. I love it. It's all good. So, like I said, we're here today to talk about the biker life. We talking about the biker life. We talking about the ins and outs. And I know pretty much, excuse me, it'll get to it. And I know pretty much everybody, you know, when it comes to the biker life, they think about like, oh man, they might think like they bullies on the road, or they might think like they coming to tear the town up or whatever, but actually, they have quite a few stories to tell, and most of them, I say 95%, as far as coming from their heart, is good. Would you agree?
Yes.
It's all good. It's all good.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I really can't speak on the bracket like my brother didn't come today. He's supposed to came. Melloman Ice, you know my man Melloman Ice be promote. He would have came. He been riding like 60 plus years. So we ain't gonna be mentioning him, but he didn't show up. So we're gonna let Lakita and the rest of the crew tell their story. So we're gonna start off with you, Miss Lakita. What are some of the things that, like, as far as like 30 plus years you've been experiencing? How did you get into the game?
Sure. So my entire family pretty much ride. So I've been riding since I was 17. So 30 plus years. And I say that, you always hear people talking about, they rode dirt bikes and all that. Yeah, I did all that. But when I say 30 plus years, I'm meaning 30 plus years in terms of riding on two wheels, on the street and all things like that. So I also was a founder of a club. And I always make sure that I preference club, not a gang. That's one of the things that we do not like. People always say gang. We don't rob, steal, or murder. No, we're a club. We do a lot of things in the community and positive things in the community. One of the things that, for me as a female rider, that I have experienced a lot of times, people are shocked when they see a female rider, and it's a little scary because I have to be mindful of the drivers, because when they're looking, what they don't realize as they're looking, they're also drifting into our lane. And you have to blow the horn. So that gets a little scary in terms of being able to predict what they're going to do. And you have to, as a rider, you have to not only be worried about you, but you have to be worried about the cars around you as well. And if you're riding in a pack, and when we say with a pack, that means you're riding with other members or other clubs, of how we're riding and what formation you're riding in. If you're riding in a side-by-side, or if you're riding in a staggered, and also where you're going. So I've experienced a lot. The furthest I've ridden is 15 hours to Connecticut, non-stop. So I mean, you stop. When we say non-stop, of course you stop for gas. But I mean, like, you don't stay overnight, or you get to where you get to your destination.
Yeah.
And so been doing it for some time. I've traveled a lot of places, and the motorcycle community has afforded me an opportunity to meet people from everywhere. That is the positive thing about it. You can go somewhere and you're always going to find, it's just like, the skating community. You reach out, hey, I'm in your city, I'm on my twos, or what's going on in your city, what clubhouse is happening, and you can just go there, and the camaraderie you see, and the hugs you see, and the people you meet out there in the community is none other. You have people from across the gamut, up and down, and that's a positive thing.
Yeah. I've always thought, like, because I did go to one biker club thing, and I was like, man, I'm about to get busted upside my head with a bottle.
A lot of people think that. That's a popular misconception.
I'm like, they look kind of rough, but as I stayed inside, it was just like, it really was like a small niche community.
Yeah, we're real protective of each other. Though.
Right.
So we want outsiders to feel kind of standoffish, because we don't,
you never know what they're
we're protecting our own.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be too comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you want to let them know we welcome you, but we watch you with the birds.
You have to keep the respect factor in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that happened. I went to remember when I used to call you and be like, hey, how do I?
Right.
Well, I went to a friend of mine, I think he was a member of Outcast, and we went on a trip. It was like a whole bunch of us, and he wanted me to ride on his bike. And y'all swear on air, I was like, are you for real? Like I had never in my life seen nothing like it. So I thought that was so
Yeah, it's nice when you pull up and you see so many people, but it is a difference. I understand what you were saying in terms of what we would call you as a civilian, because you're not from, in the world, the biker set. It's a silo, everything has a silo, so it's called, and it's a protocol and things to do. And you can always tell someone who's not been in the community by their what they're doing and the actions they play. But I will be honest with you, some people put a vest on thinking they have on body armor, and that's not the case. Because I will tell you, for me, I'm very straight up. I am who I am with the vest on, without a vest. People know who I am. I'm considered, basically an OG. Which I don't like that name, but people, you're gonna have that respect, and people will know that. But sometimes when you don't have your vest on, or your colors on, you may be treated a little different, unless people know who you are.
Right. So it's like the Bloods and the Crips.
No. See, there you go.
Don't do that. We are like a brotherhood and a
We are a
sisterhood.
club.
Brotherhood and a sisterhood. No matter what
sisterhood.
set I was on, as long as I was riding a motorcycle and I was with other motorcycles, I was part of the family.
Exactly.
Right. So since what's your nickname?
Taz.
Tasmanian Devil. So since Tasmanian Devil is on the scene, you know what I'm saying, give a little bit about yourself. Tell us something about that cross country experience.
Oh man, that is unbelievable because you already like the wind. We just
Right.
like the wind. That's why we ride. We can't explain that freedom feeling, but
Right.
it's definitely a freedom feeling. And like Lakita said, you ride, you stop, gas up, you get back on, you ride. You stop, you gas up, use the bathroom, get back on and ride. And it's just the scenery, and you do have to watch the drivers around you because they do. They're excited when they see a female rider. And you have little kids in the window.
Right.
It's amazing. When I first started riding, it was amazing because the little kids I'd be at a light and I'm just sitting there and the little kids like, hey, even grown women, yeah.
Right.
It's
Women love to see women ride.
Right.
They love to
I do.
So now,
I think it's live.
the furthest that I've been though is Dallas. No, Houston is actually the furthest, 16 hours.
so hold up. What does cross country mean? What is that?
When you crossing state lines from one side of the country to the other.
Like, so you went to, what was your stopping point? Your turnaround point? What was that?
We went from Cincinnati to Houston.
Amen.
Oh,
And then spent some time there for a biker event and then came back home.
All right, don't ask me what I thought cross country was. Please don't ask me.
The most recent trip was Oklahoma City. I don't know if you went to the bike
I
rally,
didn't go to
the Wall Street
Wall Street.
rally. Yes.
Yeah. Black Wall Street.
That was
Black Wall
exciting.
Street.
Black Wall
y'all is
Street.
real live for that. Cause when I was on that bike going to Toledo, then from there we went to Michigan, and I was hurting.
Body was screaming,
I
wasn't
think
it?
everything was showing. I didn't even care.
But I understood what you was talking about being on the back.
Yes.
That being on the back ain't cool. My husband bought a bike too. And he wants me to get on the back all the time. I'm like, no, it's not. No, because he
nothing
like
like
to
riding
bend
at
with
your
himself, and I'm holding on.
Yeah, you feel like you falling. I don't like
I was a soldier for sure.
To ride on the back that long, yes, you were.
So if you want to join a bike club, how would you go about
They
doing it?
jump you in.
We always know.
Hey, jump you in, get you in the road. Get you in the road, jump you in, huh?
Just put him in the middle. Put him in the middle.
Right. Roll around, man. Right.
But me myself, I personally tell people that if you wanted to get involved with the community, you come around, you hang around, you get a feel for people, you meet people, and you make your own decision as far as where you want to go from there.
Right, as long as
And
you're
you
riding
talk,
the bike, as long as you're riding the bike, you're gonna fall in with the people that you like to ride with, and then if they're part of a club, you join.
The bike is heavily recommended.
Like me myself, I didn't join like a traditional motorcycle club. I joined, I started riding with the guys who I like to ride with. They was called Chop Squad, and we don't wear vests or have the same rules. A lot of Chop Squad doesn't even ride bikes. It's just like a group of guys. It's a social community. It's a social club more or less, and I just fall in right with them. They never, asked me to be part of it, but I never asked them. It's just where I fell in at. I guarantee you, if you're hanging out with motorcycle clubs, like
You're gonna
I hang
find
out
something
at the
to
Cartel Motorcycle Club, I know that they would offer me a prospect vest any day of the week. You know what I mean? Because I hang out with them so much and I ride with them so much. But you'll just fall
That's
in
what it
wherever.
is. It's a process, right?
Yeah,
Process.
it's definitely a process.
They actually call them hang-arounds. Some of them are hang-arounds, some of them are prospects. You just hang around, and as you get comfortable, if you want to be a part of it,
You definitely gonna meet people because you all have basically the same thing in common. That's them wheels on that ground.
And I would say this: if you're interested in, the first thing is, depending on what club you're interested in, you should have a bike.
definitely have a
Heavily recommended.
Definitely have a
There's
bike.
some clubs who, traditional clubs, you should have a bike. There's some traditional clubs that are non-traditional clubs that it's not required.
Right.
However, I also say this, it's important to, if you're interested in joining a club, you're gonna prospect. And what that means is that you're having a prospect vest. But I also say this, at the same time that they're interviewing you, you need to be interviewing them.
Absolutely.
At the same time. Because your friend is in the club, doesn't mean that's the club for you.
Right.
Right.
You know, and that's what's key. And people forget that. They join a club because, oh, my friend's in it.
Yeah.
But guess what? You're not joining because of your friend.
Right.
You're joining a sisterhood or a brotherhood, and you have to realize that is everyone in this club going to mesh with you? We're not always going to get along. You don't get along with your family all the time.
Right.
But it's how we deal with things. And so that's the thing that people need to understand too. Well, I don't get along with this person. Well, you don't have to get along with them, and they may not be your friend.
You don't have to talk to them.
Just because we're in a club together doesn't mean that's my friend.
Right.
That is my club
Yeah, you don't
member.
have to be
There's a
besties.
You
Yeah.
don't have to
But
be
they
best
will
friends
still
at all.
stand up for you if they part of
Exactly.
your club.
Exactly. You guys
That's
believe
the most important
if
part.
we may not get along, but if somebody on the outside come in and try to mess with that person I don't get along with, oh, I'm standing strong with them. I'm 10 toes down with them. As they say, I'm standing on business with them.
Right.
You know, so it's that type of thing. And you have that sister. I mean, I know all of them, but I know them differently. I know them from a different lifestyle. I met him because we went on the White Rock Whitewater Cliff and we jumped on the Exactly.
She said, y'all did what?
You know she be doing that crazy
I
stuff. I mean, you think she just be hurting her foot by accident?
When we were clip diving to the gorge and all this stuff, so we went on a bike ride and we went and it's in the gorge. Man, it was so fun. Yeah, just my son loves it. So
And barely, it was a good group of people too.
exactly. So and everyone was from a different lifestyle. So you can get around people that you wouldn't even think, imagine or you don't know nothing about. And that's really good. I mean, I met Barry Patrick course in the set. And I've been knowing Danny since high school. She reached out and said she knew I ride a motorcycle. Hey, I want to learn how to ride a bike. I'm like, okay, my thing is you want to learn, go to class. I tell people, I didn't go to a class. That's because I come from a family of riders. I just jumped on a motorcycle.
Right.
My mother rode. Actually, the first time I really rode, I stole her bike. She was out of town.
Oh man.
And it was the opposite.
Yeah, she was out of town, and I wanted to be cool, and I went to Eat Park on motorcycles. And I burned the clutches out. Man, I burned the clutches out. She didn't even know who burned them out. She blamed somebody else for years.
Now she know.
Right.
Oh, you just told me so.
You see this, mama?
Oh, you did get a chance to confess before the show? Okay.
She didn't realize when I took her bike the first time I hadn't charged the battery out. So the battery had been sitting, so it cut off on me around the corner of Eaton Park. I'm like, oh my God, my mom's out of town. And it went out on, it's when we go to Eaton Park all the time, but it was on Sunday. I was like one of the first females on the motorcycle in Eaton Park. I'm 17. I'm thinking I'm cool. They like, everybody looking at me like, yay! I had to roll down hills. My sister's grandmother lived in my corner. I left it there. I'm like, Lord Jesus, when my mama coming home, but she coming home just eating screwed. Right. The good thing is they got delayed, so they didn't come home until Monday. You don't believe how fast I was.
You would have walked that bike home. We got to get you home.
Boy. That bike got home so fast. I was so happy I found out. I called somebody like, hey, I need to jump. And that's when I realized that you can jump a bike from a car. So I didn't know that. I jumped that bike and went home. I took that bike out for a minute because I was scared.
And for me, it was completely the opposite. I had really nobody in my family that rode. I have an older cousin, but he's like older. And apparently my aunt rode, which I never knew until after she passed away. That was wild. But yeah, I'm the only one. And then like when I did it, my father hated it.
Wow.
My father hated it. He hated it when I came home on that first bike. He hated it. But guess what? I still did it.
You still did it.
I still did it.
I believe I'm the first and only in my family to ride a bike.
Now,
The first and only.
First and only.
My parents got a bike club. They call in Indiana. They call it Rolling on Threes. It's
They was just here not too long
they
ago.
was here, yeah.
I seen them when I went
Rolling on
to.
Threes. Let's go Rolling on Threes because they all got like.
They was here for that thing that Big City was for the.
Yeah, so they got them a club and they do a lot of like community service in Indiana.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So when you
so,
see us, I mean, we
yeah.
have a big thing that Bike Life do. Big thing that we what is that? Stop the violence.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
So
stop the
we do
violence, right?
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, Brandon Ward does the
yeah.
bike life. That's what he's doing.
I mean,
is
this
incredible.
is a new thing called Bike Life, and it's not new. It's been
I'm
out
gonna
for some
say,
years.
come
Yeah,
on
I should
now.
say it's new. It's been out for some years, but it's been incredible to be able to connect with so many people that are different. Because originally I usually only connect with people that was in the clubs, but
Right.
this Bike Life has now been able to
This makes
connect
access for
everyone. I mean, it's great, you know, and it's different. Like he said, he's not
taking it in a
Joy's not in a traditional club, but everyone that's in the city or whatever know about Chop Squad, you know, and they're a good group of people. What I also love if something goes on, like somebody down, oh, I need a tow, or I need this, or I need that. I'm looking for a
can
job.
post on
I'm looking for
Facebook
this.
and-
You put it on Facebook and they coming. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't get like. You know, Joy recently had an accident, and he's like, "Hey, anybody got a boo?"
I was getting ready to put it on Amazon. I know somebody's got a boo.
There was so many people hitting him up, like, "Yeah, I got a boo. I got," you know, it's just that thing that happens.
It's a community.
It's a community.
It's a community. Hey, I'm down, or I need somebody to come take this. I need to get this refrigerator off my truck. I need some help.
Somebody is gonna
Yeah, I know.
respond.
And you don't have to know the person.
You don't have to know them at all.
If you a rider and you got a bike and y'all been on the scene, you could call them up. They'll help you. If they don't help you, they know somebody that help.
Right.
I know how to ride. I
Riders
just don't
that
know.
skate too.
And it's definitely a network.
Right.
It's a wide network of people who do all type of things.
Yeah, one of my uncles.
From fixing on cars and bikes to crafting and yes,
Real
you
estate,
will find, yes, literally.
Yeah. Oh,
You got nurses, doctors, lawyers, all of that, all bikers.
Every
are
biker
everywhere.
got a profession
Like
of
I'm
some
a
sort.
yeah.
I'm a carpenter. I've been in my trade for 9 years. But when I got into bike life, like the connections that people had, like expanded my business immediately.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
I can see that.
it's really cool. It's a really cool
It's a
community we got.
supportive community of like-minded people.
Right.
Right. Now I wanna we gonna switch lanes but still be in the same lane. But I wanna touch on, you know, like, okay, the safety measures and things of that nature. And when I think about the safety measures, I think of all you for real, but I'm looking at Strawberry and I'm looking at Joey. And they have a story to tell, so whoever wanna go first can go first.
My story's not that interesting.
Okay.
So go ahead, Joey.
We just want to enlighten people, like, you know, in case they want to get out there and try to, you know, ride the bike and everything.
The majority of my riding is done in the city limits. Like I do a lot of city riding. I'm in traffic a lot. You know what I mean? Like she was saying, them crossroad country rides, like
They're different.
it's different than having to be in light to light,
Stop and
to
go.
like stop and go. You know what I mean? Traffic everywhere. You know what I mean? And it's extremely dangerous for people who ride with me and my friends. We get hit by cars a lot. You know, and
You were just telling me like 3 of your friends got hit by.
so this weekend was absolutely insane. I'm not, you know, an Amazon truck driver hit 3 of my friends. There was a police officer that hit one of my friends. There was a lot of accidents this weekend. Granted, we had a lot of bikes out this weekend. It was the biggest ride Cincinnati's gonna have all year. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, one thing with the bikes running into each other, which is, I don't even understand that, but the cars trying to get between us and ride.
So the cars is like trying to get out of the, like, get them move out the
Yeah,
way.
like, even like besides this weekend, like I'm pulling out of Bike Life Bike Night, and I'm just pulling into the very next parking lot.
Right.
So I'm not doing nothing but 10 miles per hour. I look left, I don't see no cars. I turn right, I'm going 10 miles per hour. And I'm guessing the girl that was behind me in her car just was looking at the 100 people that are out on their bikes.
Bikes are distracting. They're distracting.
Yeah, just, she sees all these bikes and people out front, and I'm right in front of her. She snaps my leg straight in half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's super scary. It being in.
So what was the extent of your injuries?
Oh, it was a compound fracture. My shin popped through my skin. I got a rod going from my knees to my ankle and a few screws holding my leg together.
And I seen you.
Which I'm very much lucky. I'm way more lucky than she was.
It was close, right? Because I heard you say something like you went back. You said you went back and you heard what you had to do, like put your foot up or something. What you had to do?
Yeah. So immediately, I wasn't going fast. I don't know how fast she was going. I don't know how hard I was hit. Watched my bike slid. I hit the ground. I noticed I ain't got no road rash, which is, I've been in a few wrecks, so I'm usually worried mostly about my road rash and stuff like that. And I ain't got no road rash, so I go to stand up and I don't have my foot under me, so my foot goes sideways. Doesn't dangle. I lay straight down. And what was weird is you would think I'd be screaming or like in pain, and I don't know. I guess for whatever reason, adrenaline kicks in. I just grabbed my foot, and I was in a real peaceful place. I just really wanted to look up at the stars and chill. And I was like, there was no more sound. There was no more like I was in actually like a peaceful, safe place. Like either like. I don't know if people believe in guardian angels or something like that, but I was in a safe place.
Right.
That was, that's yeah, and I knew I was in good care. I was going to be okay. And I just held my
So you saw a safe place like in your mind or like your spirit?
My mind. Everything around me was chaos, obviously. But
right.
Because I just crashed, and this girl's a 20-something-year-old white girl. And, our events are most 95% black people. When she's in the hood, she's surrounded, and she's probably scared for her life. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was but I was calm for some reason. I was in a weird place in my head.
That's good. It was a testament. It was a testament, man.
Yeah, like.
And you still writing.
I will be as soon as I can.
Boy.
You should.
Yes.
That's how it
talk
is.
a little bit about my story. I mean, I'd love to talk more about how cars could be more aware. And I just want to raise awareness that motorcycles are out here. Take your eyes off the road for 2 seconds, and a bike could be right there with you. And that's the thing. Like, and I got hit from behind this time. And that's usually not the case because I ride fast bikes, I go fast. So imagine you take your eyes off the wheel for a split second. I do 140 miles per hour on the expressway because I'm safer there because you guys ain't got really time to react to me.
Right.
But I'm right there, so you're a little swerve for a car or a text message, and that's my life. You know what I mean? But.
I lost a friend.
So there's risk on both. I mean, I should be more safer, but that's not. Safety's not where I get my. I wear a helmet. I wear gear, gloves, and all stuff. I mean, I didn't have like knee pads and stuff on, but I had the gear. I had the gear to save my life if it came to it. But like, I got really into bike riding, and what happened when I met Bike Life, and where I was in my life, I was a long-time drug addict and homeless person, and I was recovering from that for the 20th time or something, and I kept going to these 12-step programs, these self-help programs, trying everything I could to connect with people to get off, to get off drugs, and I ended up always being surrounded by more people on drugs. Like, you get put in these sober livings, and you go to these 12-step meetings, and you're surrounded with people on drugs, and it was just a bad environment for me for a while. And then I had gotten a bike, and somebody had recommended, because I knew some girl that was in Bike Life, and I gotten into that group. And it just seems like once I started riding bikes, and the people that I started riding bikes with, Like I've never thought about going back on drugs, and I ain't been.
We call it wind therapy.
And you know, I get a therapy from it, you know, when I ride. And maybe that's why I ride so fast sometimes, because I need that. But I'm not going back to being a homeless drug addict either. So.
That's a blessing.
That's a story. Because I'm trying to tell y'all a story about safety.
I like that. I like the testimony. That's a testimony. Thank you. Yeah, that's a testimony.
So now we're gonna come to Miss Jen.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Okay, so if y'all want to talk about safety, Strawberry did the ultimate no-no. I was drinking and riding on my bike.
Oh.
I had left my niece's wedding,
Right.
where there was an open bar that I did partake in.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh."
And yeah, when I left, apparently some phone calls were made by me
Right.
before the accident. This is.
Right.
I don't remember these phone calls because apparently I was fucked up. But so then the accident happened. I have no recollection of what I went through. I have no idea what happened. I woke up in the hospital and my mom told me what happened to me. Although I had made the call while in shock to my best friend, not to 911 by the way,
Right.
telling him that they couldn't find my leg.
You told him that?
I told him that.
And you don't remember?
It was the truth because they weren't able to locate it at the scene until later that night.
Right.
Which it was already about, I don't know what time it was. I woke up in the wee hours somewhere.
I could tell you what time it was because I got a phone call. Because we couldn't find her. We didn't know what happened. She immediately called and said that she had been in an accident and she can't find her leg. So it was about 11 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock it was about 11, 12 o'clock at night. Yeah, it was about 11, 12 o'clock at night. Because we were trying to figure out where we were at because we couldn't find you.
Right.
And we knew that you had came from a wedding. And then when they put the location on you.
Yeah, because Pebbles had it.
Exactly. So Pebbles got you to you before the ambulance got there. And we all trying to figure out why she on this road. And she was by herself. It was night. We was like, why she coming this way? Like,
I went the wrong way.
Why she down this? So by time, and that's the thing about the community. When something happens to someone, we all know. Like when he had his accident, I'm not in the same organization with him, the same. But we all knew.
Nobody even knew his name.
Yeah, some people like, hey, somebody went down.
Somebody got hit.
What's going on? So we will all know what's going on. So I mean, I know her. So I'm at the hospital before her family get to the hospital.
Yeah, because my mom was the last person to find out. Because instead of calling her, I called my best friend.
So we all there trying to find out. So we get to that.
But when my mom got there, the way that they embraced her and like helped her and find the information, everything. When I woke up, she was like completely in shock because I've been on this set for about 15, 16 years, but nobody had ever met my mom.
Right.
Because I keep the two separate. I have a family that God gave me, and then I have a family that I made myself.
Right.
And then that's where my bike family comes in.
Right.
And that's how I always break it down to people because it is a different family for me. Like, you may have trauma or things of that nature from a long time ago, back then, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You find something, like he said, you find something and you throw yourself into it and you find out, oh man, I love this.
Yeah.
I had been on the back of one person's bike one time and all he did was take me down the street and brought me back up. From that moment on, I wanted to ride.
And that's crazy.
I had found the classes that same year. I was taking them in October. It was like the last class of the season that Scarlet Oaks was doing.
Right.
And I was in that class. By my next birthday, which was May, I had bought my first bike. And then that's when it started and did not stop. A little sis on there.
So, and she's
Hey,
still
Casino.
but she's still, and the thing is, we always say it's two type of riders. One is going down and one has been down. So many of us have all been down before.
Yeah, because that was my third time.
Yeah, it doesn't stop us from riding.
You had your accident.
Yeah.
Or it does, and if it does, then riding might not be for you.
That's not true. I do not.
She's still gonna ride. I mean,
Oh, yes, I'm definitely gonna ride.
It's a couple people that still
I
ride
went
with
down
one
on
leg.
gravel, and my friends thought because I went down on that gravel that I was gonna give it up because I was early in the game. I had a little dent in my knee. I was like, oh, I can't wait till that's a little dent, a little pebble went in my knee from the gravel. But I jumped back up and it's like, let's get back on the bike. But I had on tights, jeans, and some what are they? I can't think of the name.
I was always underdressed.
The leathers.
The chaps.
Chaps. I had on chaps, and that hole went all the way through all of that.
I always tell people at one point I wanted to be a mom, then I bought a bike. And that's all she runs.
So now the bike is your baby.
The bike is my baby, and I have a dog.
I did the same thing as you, though. I got on the back of my girlfriend's bike in LA. She rode me on a crotch rocket and a cruiser. All I know is one day I want to do this. And that was back when I was pole broke, didn't have nothing. Never thought for a minute that I would ever have a motorcycle. Now I'm on my third one. So.
I want to ride one day. I learned how to ride when I was younger. My uncle had a bike. He let me ride it, taught me how to ride it. So I know how to ride. Just never bought a bike.
Well, yeah, I learned
ride, but never
I
bought a
loved
bike.
riding bikes when I was a teenager. I grew up in North Philadelphia, so like we rode dirt bikes, fancies, in the streets. We had fun.
Yeah.
And then when I moved out here in 2000, like I bought a couple bikes, but I didn't get into riding bikes like I wanted to. Like it wasn't as fun as when I was a teenager. So I just.
And that's crazy.
And then when bike life came along, I was like, oh, this is fun again. Like,
Yeah, because all of which I was saying, I'm hit because my son's dad used to ride. I used to be on his bike all the time. So whenever somebody would always ask me to jump on the back of my bike, I didn't have an issue because I knew I was used to it. But the day we went to Toledo and Michigan, I knew, and that's when I was going, but I let that go because y'all all know, I'm sure y'all all know that.
Yes. I went to his funeral.
I quit. Because Devin is also a skater.
Right.
So there's many skaters that also ride. And a lot of them, especially up in Michigan. You know, and some of them even wear t-shirts that say we ride all wheels. You know?
I was going to say something about them wheels.
Yeah, 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels for us.
Inline.
So yeah. So I totally, it's a rush. It is. And when I went to Detroit, I was like, oh my God, you know what?
It's amazing when you see that cluster of bikes, right?
It's so amazing, you know. So I was like,
to be amongst hundreds of thousands of bikes,
and
you just can't, even though you've been riding for however, just to get there and just be like, whoa, and you just looking at all the bikes, and some of them are souped up real nice.
Right.
I mean,
A lot of those bikes have taken us out of a lot of dark places. I know mine did. Obviously his did. Everybody's story is different, how they got into it and all of that. Everybody's outcome is different too. Because you have people that think that they want to do it, get involved with it, and then this ain't what they want to do. You know, so they might do a lot of sitting. We laugh at them a lot.
It do. It does. You have those times where you are down and depressed. And I know for me, with my situation, my story, it certainly helped me come out of it. It's times so I just needed to have that wind therapy and just take your mind off of it. I like I said, I went to Maryland one year, 10 hours by myself. Through the rainstorm. I had on my rain gear and my socks and stuff was still wet. I was pouring out, my clothes and everything like that. I'm like, this is crazy. That's how much rain it was. And but it was something I needed to do because I was not in a place where mentally, you know what I mean? So riding all the way to Maryland and getting there, I felt it was over. You know what I mean? I was able to release and get out of that space, and that's something that, you know, when you're riding, you know, you just get on the road and just go. I mean,
everything clears out. Everything clears away.
I rode down to Louisville not too long ago, and I hate driving down to Louisville, but I rode there because I was having just a bad day.
We'll ride anywhere.
Yeah,
We enjoy riding anywhere.
I didn't know where I was going. I'm like, I just need to get on a ride. I don't know where I'm going. Where am I going? And I just next thing I know, I was in Louisville, and I'm like, oh. I gotta go pick up my son.
Any excuse would work for me to ride my bike. My first bike, I just learned to ride in 2018. I turned the bike in 2 years later and put 20,000 miles on it. And I just bought a bike last April. It had 40 miles on it. Now it has, I want to say, 15,000. And I haven't even rode it for the last 2 months.
Wow.
So I ride.
That's Chop.
That's Chop. First he put his head on the glass. He is.
Oh, Lord, man.
You better take a nap. You better take a nap.
So obviously he's watching.
Yeah. So I'm part of the Chop Squad. That's Chop. So he's like the leader of our little group.
Tears.
Come on in, Chop.
Chop, come on in. You know you can hear us.
Come chop it up.
Sharon Brooks, she ride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sharon.
Call in if you have.
She's a skater, too.
If you have a question, call in. Don't be afraid to call in. Call us. Let us see the question that you have. Here's the number about to pop up. Boom. So, if you have a question, 513-214-8427. Feel free to call in and ask a question. You might be concerned about your son or your aunt trying to be out there and be hot on the bike. So call in and ask the question. If you have a question, call in. Feel free. But so speaking of, when I ask this question, like, I can't imagine riding for 30 minutes. But this young lady been riding for 30 years? 30 years.
30 plus years.
30 plus years.
A lot of hours, a lot of miles,
That's
a lot of people.
miles. That's a lot of miles and a lot of
Definitely.
knowledge.
So I raced, I solo, dolo.
When you say you race, what you mean by race?
Like
racing.
Like racing.
Quarter mile.
Like you and somebody else?
Correct, on a quarter mile. Edgewater and then down to Lynchburg, Virginia.
That gotta be a rush.
Had the fastest female, was in the fastest female contest, won that.
You won it?
Mm-hmm.
You won it? Okay.
I never forget when I was here, I rode on somebody else's Busa. And when I rode on Highsmith, everybody knows who Greg Highsmith is, that's been in the community, that long-term community race. And he had air shifters, so you don't have to shift with your feet, you shift with your hands. Man, I took off on that bike. I promise you, I thought my head was still back at the starting line. Cause my head, no one told me it was as fast, but I was still going. He said he knew. He just knew I was gonna dump it because at the end of the track was a pond. He just thought I was gonna lose his bike at the end of the pond. He just said he was out there stuff like, well, there go my $20,000 booster down in the pond because they knew I wasn't gonna be able to stop me. So, but that was like. At that point, I got a rush. But my uncles and my stepdad used to race. And so when I went to Edgewater, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to race. They're like, you have to have a kill switch. And people don't know what a kill switch is. It hooks to your engine.
It's a safety.
It's a safety, so if you fall. So I didn't have a kill switch. I'm like, oh, man, I can't race. My uncle's like, oh, don't worry. He's like, you got a shoestring? Take them shoes off. He took my shoestring out, drilled the hole. No kidding. Drilled the hole in my thing, and tied it to my hand, and that was my kill switch, and it worked, and they let me race. And as long as I had my gear on, I had the leathers on and all that, that was my first time racing. And I'm like, what?
Right.
I'm going as fast as I want to, and I don't get a ticket? Oh, this is stunning, man.
That's the life right there.
I learned how to burn rubber on my hole, burning that rubber, smoking that tire. That was the best thing. The only thing I didn't really learn how to do very good is pop a wheelie. That's why Chop didn't come in. He just was out there. I learned learning how to pop a wheelie.
Right.
And intentionally, not by accident.
Not by accident.
We telling you to come in, Chop. Oh, yeah.
I know
you get the chair.
Tighten it up here.
Come on.
He said I had the pink on.
Okay, well,
You support breast cancer.
so we should, right? Because of that cord.
It's cool. Now I want to know. I know you was on your. I want to know. Now, no, everybody don't speak at once, but y'all might know. What's the number one thing that will get you kicked out of the community quick?
Chopper.
Out of what community?
Like a motorcycle, like your group, or just period, like y'all to call like, hey, don't let him back in. He done stabbed somebody.
There's a lot of reasons.
Stirring up mess.
Yeah, there's a lot. There ain't just one.
Right.
You showing your loyalty. If you ain't loyal, you gotta go.
Right.
You said you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be out here at 1 and I'm riding beside you and I don't feel like you're loyal, you can't ride with me.
Wow.
You might leave me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the things is you don't. I would say that don't leave someone. You never leave someone, especially if y'all came together. Something happened. You should try to try to be safe at all times, and so you just don't leave anyone. But your loyalty is what's important, and you will know when you're riding. You know who you can ride with and who you can't ride with, and who you feel safe with. Everyone's is different out here.
Judging somebody because of what they ride, that will too. It don't matter what you're on. If you're on 2 wheels, you're on their bike.
That's not true, Chop. That's not true, Chop. That's not true, Chop. I was riding with somebody not too long ago, and they was on. I thought they was on a motorcycle. They was on a moped. I was on my 2023 Harley last year, and they almost ran into me, and they on the moped. You don't know how fast let me tell you, I reached over so fast and took her and turned her, but she just kept on edging up because she was on a moped. They don't have no gears in it. How do you keep revving up, almost falling? I'm like, she fell. She picked it up. You gonna rev again? I reached over so fast and turned her engine off. Yeah, I turned her engine off and took the keys out. Yes. I said, from that point on,
Listen, ROG.
She turned her bike off.
I turned around and looked at all the people I was riding with. They was like, oh yeah. I mean, Sassy said with her eyes, you can't ride.
She'll switch.
That's one way to get kicked out.
That's exactly what. Not knowing how to ride.
How to get on out of here.
Hey.
I turned her bike off and took her keys. Like she cannot. I'm like, if she would have knocked me over on my bike, let me be real good with you. I would not be sitting here today.
Wow.
And because I would have had to. Me and her would have had some problems. If she would have knocked me over on the moped. I ain't laughing. Oh my road light.
Knock me over with a moped.
She didn't last in the first place.
She might as well been on a tricycle.
I was just about to join with the moped that my son got in the basement.
You got an electric bike. You can ride with us.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
There are different sub-communities for everything that is a hobby out here these days. You have an even drone community.
Right.
They be out here flying.
So go join some other mopeds. In other words.
They got van clubs, you got car clubs, they got Jeep clubs.
Yeah, that's
there's
something to do in
literally
the Jeep.
something for everybody. Bowling even got clubs.
Right. Well, I know I've fallen over on my the bike. I told y'all they brought them to us because we couldn't ride when we first bought them. I got all excited. I done got on the bike and stood it up and just standing there holding like, yeah, I got a bike. Look at me, I got a bike. I'm so excited. I didn't hear the kickstand go up. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it down. I turned it and went to put it down. I just kept going. I just jumped off and looked at it. And I looked at my husband like, hadn't even rolled the bike. Got a dent now on the gas tank from the handlebar.
Oh wow!
But I rolled them 20,000 on it before I traded it in.
Right. I used to drive my first bike all the time, y'all, because I would jump off of it and forget to put that kickstand down.
Oh Lord!
I tell people all the time, if you're first riding, don't go buy a brand new bike. No, just don't buy a brand new bike. I tell them because it. Like I said, it's too hard.
We didn't know no better.
Going down, you done it down. I ain't gonna never fall. Okay, then that's you. Yeah, let me see that.
We literally didn't know no better, and the
Yeah.
people at Harley didn't care.
No,
They was like, we just sold them 2 brand new bikes. Oh y'all, oh
Don't
we'll bring them
right.
to y'all. Don't worry.
Right.
On the back of the bike with a man and he turning corners and you think you falling. Are you falling?
No, you just hold on.
You gotta leave. Cause I be thinking I'm falling. I'm like, you can't handle me on the back of this bike. You gotta
You got to become one with him and the bike. You just hold on. If he go, you go.
I'm thinking he ain't gay. I'm like,
When you go, you go.
They got backpack rules, and you have to. If the people will know if you have a good backpack or not a good backpack.
Okay.
They'll know how to become.
and I'm the backpack if I'm on the back.
Yes.
Okay,
Good
gotcha.
backpack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, like I put people on the back, and I put them off. Like hey, this is what's up. You gotta get off because the backpack could mess you up.
Okay.
Especially if you going this way and they going this way.
Right. If they fighting to lean,
See,
that's
cause
gonna
I
mess
feel like
you
if
up.
I lean with, like if I feel like we already going, and then if I lean with you, we geek. So I feel like,
She gonna boot you off the bike, bro.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to
You're
learn.
not gonna be allowed to be a
I
backpacker.
ain't want to be on there because I thought he gonna drop me.
See, that's what you should have got on. Yeah, I was riding with my sister, and I had her ride, and she wanted to take a ride, and I was only riding her around the corner, but she moved a little funny.
It made the bike move a little
Yeah,
funny.
I pulled over. You gotta get off. I'm gonna get home.
You gonna have to walk
I
back.
always tell you that if you scared to do it, don't do it.
No, just I wasn't scared. I was excited. I really wanted to do it, but I didn't know that I was gonna be every time.
Like being
That goes for riding.
You should know she's gonna lay down around that corner.
Yeah, and I'm thinking any minute, like it's
and
over.
like for me, and I guess I was so used to it because my son dad, but you know, before I even had a kid, he rode bikes.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you what I do, I won't even get on your bike if I don't feel safe riding with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're essentially putting your life in that person's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now that I know, knowing, that's why I asked y'all. I wanted to know, was I falling?
No.
Was it his lack of, because I figured like the bike is weight, his weight, my weight. Maybe that was too much for him.
Look, she had the numbers all
She on the back crunching numbers.
divided by 3.
And turning it, divided by turning the corner.
She back there like, how much you weigh?
If you share, don't do it.
No, I just didn't know. I didn't
So
know.
is it a weight limit on the bike? Depending on who's riding it.
Right.
Depending on who's driving it. You mean a weight limit as far as the bike itself?
Is it a limit to your backpack?
You have to be able to handle the weight of that bike and the backpack.
But I let her know as far as the weight thing goes. Like me being a little person, it really doesn't matter if a backpack has their hands on your tank, and this is just riding a sports bike type thing. If
And your tank is your what?
my gas tank. It's right. It's
right in
Real
front.
tank.
So if you're not holding me, if you're holding my tank,
I know.
then we kind of become weightless to me.
Right.
I can operate my bike completely like you ain't there as long as you're.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put my hands on
And
your
then I
tank and lock my
move with
fingers.
you. I'm in sync
Right.
with you.
So that's
But I had a girl who had
Yeah.
never been fast on a bike. And only weight difference thing is if, when I'm taking off and if the girl's bigger than I'm used to, then my bike's gonna pick up a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because the balance is a little off.
Little Willie, just a
Yeah,
little Willie.
little willy.
So do y'all pop willies? Any of y'all pop willies?
I mean, not on purpose. I ride like they do it all day, every day. That's what they do. That's what the Dreamteam guys do. They're local guys in the city that do the stunt rides and stuff like that. But no, I try to keep both my wheels on the ground.
Two wheels down, that's what we say.
Backpack stories. We're getting on 75. This girl's never been really fast on a bike. And as soon as we start to go, I don't even know where we're going. I'm just following Chop on my guys. We're going to bike now. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm following him. But I knew she didn't want to go too fast. I'm probably doing like 90. and she
That's
starts,
not too fast.
Right. No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not for Chop Squad.
That's
like
second
that.
gear.
You gotta get faster.
That's second gear.
Okay.
I'm in second gear, so
Right.
pretty much. And you know, she starts screaming, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna listen to her scream the whole time. She's screaming. No, screaming like stop. So I'm giving it, and now I'm getting up to like 120, 130.
You see her purposely speeds up. We gonna shut her up.
But we split lanes, so that means we go between cars.
Oh, Lord.
We don't ride. We
She
split
ain't never
lanes.
been on the
So
back
I'm
of your
going
bike
between a
again.
semi and this minivan. And as I approach
They split like they riding on the.
I don't want to
As
Right, the
I,
line, yeah.
as I approach the semi and the minivan, I'm getting ready to take the right side of the minivan. And all of a sudden, she realizes what I'm about to do, and we're about to squeeze between these two cars.
Clutch.
And she starts beating me with her helmet.
Does she even speak to you anymore? Or she don't speak to you no more.
She's always a friend. She's like, I want to get on the bike. I'm like, not mine, probably.
Not mine.
Like, I tell them, like, I know y'all want to backpack, y'all want to get on bikes, but not mine.
Not mine.
And it was like,
Be clear.
Yeah,
the one girl was telling me like a couple weeks ago, she was like, nah, I was like, you got no helmet, don't get on my bike. And she's like, no, it's cool, I got these goggles. And I'm like, alright.
She hadn't talked to the other girl.
Yeah, we jump on 471, and her wig, her goggles.
Oh, she lost everything.
Yeah. Boom. They don't even allow that no more time.
Oh, that's funny.
We've seen some stuff wild too. Drop string ponytails, hats. People lose their hats all the time.
I told them it's fucked up because they about made me hit a raccoon and they're like, nah, it's her wig. Wild dude, shit.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. He said he thought it was a raccoon.
So y'all ready to get y'all bike yet?
Right.
Y'all ready?
I don't even. Boy, it's a rush.
I do.
Yeah.
I rode my, like I said, I rode my mother,
I'm a thrill seeker.
my stepdad, I don't know what you call them, three.
Trail speakers.
Trikes. Yeah, 'cause they got that group.
Can-Ams, you got
So I
Can-Ams,
rode,
you got trikes.
I rode theirs, and
So you
my
want
mother
to
was
go
fast.
fast?
And hers was a little. I got a little
There's guys
I
out
rode hers and I rode his.
down.
Oh yeah, the rush.
Everything fast.
Hit that gear,
And I
like
charge.
my mom and my stepdad, like the gear around that corner. I was like, oh, this is awesome, it's amazing. Oh my God, so I want one.
Okay.
I want one.
Ready.
All right.
I mean, the closest thing I've done is ride the
Wear your
four-wheeler
helmets,
Jamaica.
everyone.
Yeah, I rode a four-wheeler.
I won't wear mine, but you guys
I rode a four-wheeler.
You don't wear what?
Yeah.
I said wear your helmets, everyone.
Yeah, I rode a
I'm not
four-wheeler.
gonna wear mine, but you guys wear yours.
My friend,
I just never did.
Still dangerous.
my friend
You
Shay
still
bought
look
her
dangerous.
daughter.
I wear my helmet. I'm
What's
my
my
helmet.
Shay?
That's-
I wear full
You don't do
face.
that. No.
I'm gonna be honest. I wear my helmet.
She bought her
I wear my
daughter
helmet more now because I have a son.
for
And so my riding is different than what it was beforehand.
11, 12.
Because I was only riding for me.
And she
But
rides
now I
it's
have to
from
ride,
fast too.
you know,
Yeah.
and
I rode
When you get hit with a bug at like 140, it feels
Feel like a rock, don't it?
yes,
Like a
let
rock.
me be clear with you, Mike. So we were riding with a group, and I promise you, I got hit in the neck, and I keep telling them it was a bird. They kept on saying it was a bug.
That was a
I
bird.
got off the exit. I mean, I got because we were not. That's when before I had my son. Like I said, I used to ride. That's when I was riding my crotch rocket, and we was rolling. And I seen it coming. All you could do was just like duck a little bit. So I ducked a little bit, but it hit me in my neck, and I'm like, I'm off, y'all. Go ahead. I'll catch y'all when y'all come back. It's like, what happened? I mean, I promise my neck was like, look, I just got smacked by a bird. It's like, I'm like, I don't care. You call it whatever you want to call it. You didn't get by it, I did. And it
She's like, I'm about to be gushing blood any minute. I gotta get off.
That hurts, like you said.
It does.
It does.
140 miles
Them
per
little
hour,
sand pebbles that hit you in your shin. Oh, you be like, oh, that's
I've
so.
been smacked by a volunteer that fell down my shirt and stole me down my chest.
Or riding in the fast lane and the cars in front of you drift over into the dirt and then they kick all that dirt back on you. Oh, I hate
Hoo-wee, what's going on with you? They call me Mellow Man Ice, and I'm here to talk about this gorilla strip. Buddy, believe me, I didn't used to use it because I'm so... Ooh, look at my shoulders. My shoulders are going. They're jiggling and wiggling. And what you're going to do, if you're not moving your bowels like they need to be moved, boy, let me tell you, you need this gorilla strength. If you don't do one scoop will get you where you need to be. But if you need two, buddy, if you need two of these scoops, but it says it on top, you can use 2 scoops and it'll get you moving. Your bowels are going to S-shape move. It's going to be moving and grooving like you're not going to freaking believe it. Now listen to me. If you want something tough and rough that get the guts to punching and moving and grooving, you need this. Now I don't know all my stuff that I think I know because my brother Tico think he knows everything. I'm gonna tell you like this. You need to get this today. Today is what you need. If you need those bowels moving and S-shaping and going and flowing, you need to get Gorilla Strength. Trust me, bud, you won't regret it. Trust me. Now, Mellow Man Ace out.
Oh yeah, I done got stung riding. That boy was just stinging me.
And I swear y'all, for 2 days it was hurting right here from that wasp.
Yeah, I got a wasp sting up under my leg. I was like, it's too hot down there. Why was he down there?
He was stuck in my shirt, and I was riding.
Lord.
And he hadn't got a stinger out, so he was still alive. He was still
He was,
stinging.
yeah.
Oh my
I had
goodness.
3 stings on me. And
I had
couldn't
one
do nothing
sting.
but riding.
Right.
But I could feel him like.
I felt the sting and I was like, why is my leg burning? I'm like, is it the heat from the bike?
No.
And I just can't get comfortable. I'm like, what is... I finally got home, took my pants down, got a mirror, like, what is that? Something stung me. It was
When
bad.
I was in nursing school, my A&P professor, he rode a bike, and he told us that he carried pennies in his pocket. Oh, y'all already know. Y'all already know.
So somebody do something stupid, you told
What's
them.
the thing?
Wow.
The get back whips hang off the handlebars, the ropes that are hanging. Those are called get back whips.
Well, I'll let you know.
Spark plug. I carry spark plug. I used to carry a spark plug.
Letting nothing else
That's-
go like this
That's
off
not
the
like-
wind.
Yeah. So all of you people out there in your vehicles.
It's like we used to see the beats on our cars back in the day.
So when y'all on the road,
That's what they use.
When people like cut y'all off, this
There's an
stuff like
incident
that.
on the internet.
You get the wrong biker, they might catch a penny or some bolts or something.
Y'all didn't see the Amazon truck damn near
That's what he told us.
You said what?
Amazon driver got
Yeah, he ran over
arrested
some
on his
people.
bike this weekend.
Yeah, you said.
He told us
One of my guys had his teenage son on the back.
I mean, was he like purposely doing it? Or he like, hey,
Yeah.
We're trying to get through the
We
traffic
downloaded the
problem.
video for the podcast.
Because cars will do
Seems
that.
like yeah.
He was all the way in the back behind all the bikes, and he made it a mandatory thing to get up in the pack and try to get around 300 motorcycles.
Somebody got hit by a cop at the same time. Like,
Yeah, somebody in a pink shirt.
So to all you people in your cars out there,
I mean, it's
get off your phones, get off the
You
phone.
know, one of the things that I think is important
Take your
is that
time,
for
give us
people who are
space.
riding cars is that, give us a space. Don't think that you can get over and don't realize, they need to realize that we're going fast.
And is it
And
worth
so-
somebody's life for you to get further
Well, if we
ahead?
can't
Because you in a
necessarily
car
stop,
covered
we
by
stop.
steel,
It's
we
what's
open.
fishtail. It's a lot, when I ride my Harley and I stop, it's a different stop than I am when I'm on my sport bike. But at the end of the day, if I gotta put my brakes on, I can do an endo. I can lose it.
See, they
Myself can lock up.
They don't even
They
know
don't
your
think about
engine
it.
brake don't give them no warning. warning.
Yeah.
I use my engine brake, I don't really use brakes. So when I engine brake, they don't even see a brake light.
Right,
They
right.
go right over the top of you.
They don't realize that you slowing down because you done let go.
I've been off the road before.
And they don't. Yeah, they
I've gone before, and
I was coming back actually from Toledo, and it was we're women, all women, and it was construction, and the guy was mad because I wouldn't let him get over. Well, why would I want you to get over in between us? And so because I wouldn't let him get over between the women, he decided to get over and hit me. He hit the back of my bike. He hit me. The thing is, I held on, and then I pulled out my phone because I'm taking a picture trying to take a picture. He called the police and told the police that we had pulled our guns, and they had us all over and pulled us over. Wow. And I have my CCW, but the good thing is I normally do carry, and I didn't have it with me. They came with guns. I had a shotgun at my head. The police came, and I'm like, first of all, you see, these are women. And it don't matter. I'm like, so how am I going to pull out a gun that's in my saddlebag? Right. I'm like, no. What I was doing was trying to take a picture of his license plate because he had just hit me from behind. He's on how he hit me from behind.
What do you mean?
He got over behind me and hit me. Yeah. That's how he hit me. Like, there's the marks there. I said, so I was chasing him down to get a picture of his bike. I said, so the thing I said, a picture of his car, in his license plates. But they had us pulled over on the side of the road with guns drawn because we were on motorcycles. And then when he got proof when he found out that the police officer found out and got the real didn't find no gun, no nothing. He looking all through my bags and everything. I'm like, I don't have anything. I do have a CCW, but I don't have my gun. I don't have nothing. So he's still gonna look. They looking through, realize they didn't find anything, and then trying to intimidate me by saying, well, you should be careful, and this shouldn't go any further. If this goes any further, like basically, if I
don't turn it in the picture.
Don't turn it in the picture because I'm coming up to I'm in this little going through little hick town. That this can be this ain't gonna turn out good for you. I'm like, are you threatening me? Right. I'm like, so I'm supposed to take this line down. My bike is damaged. It just had it wasn't bad, but
Yeah,
like,
right. And
he could have knocked me off my bike. He could have done anything.
You could have gotten hurt.
And it was just crazy. I was just like amazed. And it was just, he was mad because I wouldn't let him get over in between the set.
Right.
And we're in construction, so they get mad. And I can understand sometimes sometimes I've seen it on there where they doing a little too much. But one thing I also say, because it goes both ways. With us, we have to realize that our own tools. We can't beat a car.
Right.
So sometimes you do have to
give way.
You gotta fall back and let them go. You just be like, well, you just gotta. Sometimes, in that instance, we're in construction, so it wasn't that I was being tough, but I really couldn't let them in. How can I let you? I'm in construction, so I can't.
There's
let
nowhere
you
to
in.
go.
There's nowhere for me to go. But in other cases, when I'm on the expressway and we're in the pack, and you can't, and that car wants to get over, there's been times where I've had to fall back and let that car get cut through because I realize I can't beat that car. Because that is going to be me or the car. If that car hit me, then what? But they have to realize that you can't beat a car, so you have to yield, slow down. Or people are getting, and they're behind us, and they always expecting us to go fast. They riding on our tail. I knew one of us, we ain't all doing 140 miles per hour.
Right. Like Joey. Go ahead.
But I do gotta take our own.
Okay.
And it's not even good to tailgate a car. It's definitely not good to tailgate,
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
Hold on, Grandpa.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead.
That's better than what the city called when he cut the hood.
Thanks for sharing your testimony.
No, she done.
My son be at the house singing the dance songs and they call him Captain Hood. Like, bro.
Right now.
Squeeze. Have to squeeze in. You don't want to.
There's a camera down here.
Now you can bring the mic over. She's scared of mic being close. Bring the mic in, son. Be scared.
Scared of the feedback.
She's gonna swing and swerve.
Mary, she was saying she don't like nothing in her face.
Yep. So yeah, I want to know what's one of the biggest misconceptions between, or the misunderstandings between the driver, like a driver in the car or whatever, and the motorcycle person that rides motorcycles. So what's one of the biggest misunderstandings between you guys that you can think of?
For me, I think one of the misunderstanding is the fact that we all go fast. And so when they're riding with us or behind us, they want us to always go fast. And they get mad when we're not speeding. Even when we're on the expressway, it happened just yesterday, car behind. I'm always the tail gunner. I ride in the back. I think.
Of the pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the tail gunner, no matter who I'm riding with, I'm always the tail gunner. I like to see everything I can predict. I've been riding one of the longest, and because of that, I can speed up. And tell people what's going on. I can see what's going on and figure out what's going on. I can also fall back into my place if I see something going on, I could pull them over and have the group keep going, and I'm able to catch up because I've been riding for so long, my experience. So this car riding behind me wants me to go faster. First of all, what you want to do? Barrel through the rest of the people? Right. And then what do you want them to do? Barrel through the car that's in front of them. And so they're riding on my tail, So that's one of the misconceptions that they think that we all, because we're in we're riding together, that I'm on a motorcycle and I'm supposed to be going 140 miles per hour or speeding. No, I get a ticket just like you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be speeding through certain places, and I'm aware where the speed traps are.
is not cheap.
Yeah, I know where the speed traps are. Middletown, they don't get you for that's the airplane. The helicopter. I done got a ticket already with the helicopter police. So going through
You
that
got a ticket?
area.
How did they do that though? They give another ticket to you?
No, they don't know to you. What they do is the police officer down the street, we done called.
And the next thing I know, there's this cop out in the street waving me down. I'm like, is he talking to me?
They're waving right on
Where did
down.
you go? Because he was ahead of me. However, it wasn't like he went past me or clocked me or anything.
Right.
It was just like he just appeared out of nowhere.
Right.
And yeah, he told me that
the helicopter got you.
We got you from the very start.
They clocked me in the air.
We got you.
Doing 90 and 65.
One thing that people in vehicles, I think, do is travel too closely to bikes. You can't travel as close to a bike as you can a car, because you'll see the brake lights of the car. But like he just said, we don't always hit our brakes. Sometimes we just let go of the throttle and slow down. We're not going to hit brakes. And if you're not watching, you on your phone or whatever it is you're doing, before you know it, you're right up on that bike. So bikers, they need to be short steps between the bike and the car.
I think that's important. I think also, I think also understanding that when you see a pack, when you see a group, there's usually a reason. There's a reason sometimes why we're traveling together.
Right.
There's a reason why there's a large group of us. We could be doing something. There was nothing organized, but hey, they knew a little kid that who have a cancer patient. So we said, you know what? And that person loved motorcycles. We all got together and rode past, the little boy's window, the hospital window, so that he can see us. And we all blowing the horn. So when you see a large group, a lot of times we're doing something,
Meaningful.
Because we actually escorted people to proms and graduations and birthday parties.
When she was being transported from UC to Drake. We came and picked her up and transported her.
I'm in the ambulance, of course.
We transported her. The ambulance was, making sure that she got transported safely. Make sure the ambulance do something wrong. We need to figure out what's going on. Why you go this way? What's going on? So a lot of times that's what happens. So there's a reason a lot of times when it's a group of us.
Pretty dedicated.
And we're not sons of anarchy.
I love Sons of Anarchy. I mess with them.
That show came out.
I mess with
It
them.
was so many stupid questions that we was approached with.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Like, y'all do realize this is TV, right?
Right.
Like, somewhere there's probably some type of truth to it.
Right.
But this ain't that. This ain't that.
So one of y'all biggest things, it seems like one of the biggest things that you guys try to make sure that y'all adding to y'all functions or y'all groups is like doing something positive, like yearly.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And in the communities where we live, where we work, play, I mean, whatever. Like, we literally, like, if somebody puts something like, we need you to pull up just to go from here to there. Okay.
Right.
I mean, that just gives us an excuse to do what we love.
Yeah, yeah.
We need some excuses.
Backpack giveaways, backpack. I mean,
School drives, clothes drives, cleaning up the community. We done did all of that stuff.
You know, a lot of them. I know a lot of they do a food drive. They go and volunteer at the church where they handing out the food. You know, the church is handing out the food. I mean, it's a lot of
We've
things.
all adopted families.
Right.
For like Christmas and
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Because we
Yeah.
will put food baskets and stuff together and go hand them out too.
And sometimes the clubs will challenge each other, like
Yeah,
how
who
many
can do
families,
most?
who can adopt the most families?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we'll do that challenge. Like what club? Oh, this
Yeah.
club adopted 10.
Didn't
Oh,
y'all
we
do
do
that
it
with the
twice.
socks one year?
Yeah. Yeah, who can get the most? What club can get the most socks? I mean, we did, you know, coat drive.
Coat drive.
What club can gather the most
Toy drives.
coats or toy drive? Yeah, exactly. So that's some of the things we do.
So are y'all in the same club?
No.
We've never been in the same club.
What's
But
the
we
club?
So
just
are
part
you
of
in
that
the club?
community.
All y'all don't, are part of the club, right?
I am property of an outlaw club.
What about you?
Okay.
Same here.
And Outlaw Club, but you ain't saying the name of it?
No, Outcast, I'm sorry, Outcast.
It's
What's
called
that name?
Outcast or it's
Yeah.
an Outcast?
Remember when she was
That's who I went
But she's
to
in a
Toledo
club.
with.
No, she's not a
Outcast.
property. She's not a property. She's in a club with Wings of Steel. That is a support club.
Or support club.
Wings
Yeah.
of Steel?
And then you said,
She's property.
She's a
I'm
she's
property
property
of
of.
the city.
what's the difference between being the property of?
An actual member.
Yes.
Property of, you're not part of the club. You are.
It's the men's club.
It's a man's club.
Yeah.
Strictly a man's club. A woman has no say.
So you gotta shut up.
So do you have a man? So do you belong to a man in the club?
No. It's my best friend that's my sponsor. You, yeah.
It's a whole.
It's a whole thing.
Called the Prospect Bible.
It's a whole
So if you
thing.
want to get the Prospect Bible, it kind of gives you a layout of how support clubs work,
Yeah.
property of
Yeah.
work, actual traditional motorcycle clubs, the social clubs. It kind of gives you the layout.
Yeah.
Because
all
all
of
of
those layers
those
to
fall
this.
under, all of those follow, you know, kind of like the whole MC.
Yeah. Because when
That's
I went,
all chain of command, however you want to say it.
when I
It's all
went, yeah, and
hierarchy, I
because
should
when
say.
I rode with them, with Outcast, up to Toledo in Michigan, my friend, he made it clear, no.
Oh.
Just,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
Okay.
to me, but to them. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
don't touch my woman.
Oh.
Yeah. He's
No, it's okay.
It's my property right here. It's my property.
All the different, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I guess they had questions for him and he
So I'm from Madisonville, and on Bramble, like every time I'm going to the store, I see the guys out there, and I always like I slow down like. I be on the brakes like I'm like one day they gonna shoot at me. They gonna think like is she finna shoot at us? Cause I just be looking like I slow all the way down. I be staring. I like bikers and I like cowboys.
They are usually.
And it ain't no cowboys on the street, but it's bikers.
You know what?
What?
We call it the Iron Horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was the
Iron
question. I got
Horse.
carried away. I wanted to know the name of them. The Iron Horse.
No.
No, we're talking about. We don't know who that is hanging out over there because that could be an array of anybody.
We just call it the horse.
It's a whole group of them.
It still could be anybody because I wouldn't specifically say that there's a clubhouse over there that we hang out at. So it's like we both looked at each other like, who is that on Bramble? Because we ain't been over there on Bramble in years.
Yeah, it's right across from
So,
the
you know,
Bramble Bar, but it's like a
That's where.
across the street from the Bramble Bar is where all of the bikers are.
Where now? Still?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what
And they have a building like all the time. All the time.
I'm too old to hang out with Giants. I don't know.
You know what colors? What the colors are?
I just see black.
That's the vest, but on the back they have to have a color on the back of the vest.
Okay, come back. I'll tell you the next time. I'll drive by
She
there
busy looking at
tomorrow.
the faces. She ain't paying attention.
I'll drive by.
Oh, the bikes.
I'll be looking at the bikes.
bikes,
I'll be looking at the gin and the leather.
That's what he said. That's how Joy got hit. He said the girl was looking at all the bikes. And
Well, they don't be riding. They had their bikes parked there, and they be like hanging out.
Well, that seems like it might be a clubhouse.
It is, and I heard that it's a secret. They said it's a secret. Like you can't just.
Secret with 100 bikes.
Well, what I heard is that it's a secret after hours. Like during the day you can see them, at night you don't see them. But they said that there's a back entrance. And if you go to the, I don't do stuff. I ain't going. I ain't going.
Who was that?
But I heard that. So, yeah, I was just curious.
Interesting. I learned a lot, and it was very interesting.
Yeah, and you see how we all had different stories.
Yeah.
What's Iron Horse?
That's what we call our motorcycles.
Because you said you like horses.
You like cowboys.
Oh, so that's what I should say. That's the term.
It's
not that I like it.
Let's let you go on there and say that.
That's all different story.
Don't you say it.
It's no come don't do it.
Okay, you just call me motorcycle.
That's funny.
Or a bike. It doesn't matter.
Girl, you go out there and be like, yeah, I like your iron horse. They gonna be looking at you like,
Yeah.
what?
Have a name too.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. So, where did the nicknames come from?
You earned them. You their personalities. I mean, y'all know me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm curious because with us, so I was just asking.
So
like,
people normally, so sometimes you are given your name.
Yeah.
You should be
And
given.
sometimes you already have it.
Yeah, you should be literally given your name.
That makes it real.
Because it's real and it's something you do. I mean, like the one guy, I know this one guy's name is Left Bag, so Left Bag.
One bag.
One bag. That's it. One bag.
Main man.
Yeah, main man. One bag. It's because he lost his bag on the expressway. So they call it one bag. You know.
Yeah, because he rolled without it.
He had two
He
bags,
didn't
but he
care.
only
You
lost
had
one.
right.
Yeah, and he lost one of them on that. You know, it was another. Some people's name. We were just coming up with sister. I mean, if you saw her, you know why. She looked like.
Oh, sister.
So yours is Sassy.
Just like I'm
And-
Strawberry.
Well,
So that's not really your name.
she's a redhead.
Strawberry.
And what's yours?
Taz.
Now, where?
So that's what y'all introduce yourself as.
No.
But that's actually your
That's
bike
our
name.
name.
Their
Got
biker
it.
names.
Right.
So how did?
We were trying to come up with a name for me. And they came up with some wild. Mighty Mouse was one. I said, absolutely not. But we decided on Taz because I was kind of referred to it at work as well. So at work we have this award called the Taz Award. And that's when you're getting hit with stuff from everywhere. You just all over the place making things happen. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of my personality. My husband always tells me, you don't sit still. You won't sit down, she don't know how to rest. So I'm all over the place.
Uh-huh.
And then on the bike, when Kathy Ray, when she called me to ride, I was like, okay. And then everybody said, well, where y'all going? I don't know. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to go. So
And I asked that question because the bike club in this bike community is skating community. They're similar. You know, like y'all's better. And of course, we all have skate names. You know what I mean? And my skate name, they call me G Sweet, so my last name is Sweeten. So that's what made me add. So they just
And
Sweet
then-
as the
Well, no,
They wanted to call me two different ones.
It.
They wanted to call me Peppermint Patty
Yeah.
or
You
Strawberry
was like,
Shortcake.
nah.
I said, I look like Strawberry Shortcake. We'll go with that, but we gotta cut it short somewhere.
Yeah.
And we gotta spell it just a little bit different.
Right.
Don't spell my name with no Y.
right.
I got my eye on you when I say that.
Right. You said that to me like that. That's what
I
I
did.
did.
Oh,
I
really?
did. I did.
No better.
I did. But a lot of times, I know. A lot of times in the MC community, your name is not in your bike name. So that's the difference. Your name, it should not be. Usually, it's not a nickname. It's not something that you've. It's usually something that you've done, some persona that you have,
something that describes your name.
Right.
Well, like what they did for me, well, they gave me that. Yeah. Well, part of it is my last name, and I guess whatever way they was, you know what I mean. Yeah. So, but I totally get that because you know we have all kinds. Like we have Venom, T Hollywood, Killer Cali. You know what I'm saying? We have different. So it's
yeah. So I'm using your real name is true because when I dreamed of having a bike and was in LA, the girl in LA, she was always calling me Danny B. And I couldn't figure that out because my last name was Nelson.
Oh,
right.
So wow. Whatever. You know, so when I got back to Cincinnati, I actually married Brooks.
That's crazy.
And it was like, wait, that's Danny B. Wow. So my first bike, I had Danny B put on it. But going into this, you don't have your name.
No.
Your actual name. So that's why we had to come up with something that.
Yeah, I got my sisters calling me Strawberry, like my actual sisters.
The real sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They refused to call me by my name. Okay.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'll be Strawberry all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So Strawberry is your.
No, my name is Jennifer. Strawberry is my bike name. I just did the Jen Strawberry thing because I had that last name.
Red. Well, my niece is red like you. They're not called. I nicknamed her Strawberry.
And that's crazy because before I even thought about buying a bike, I used to work with this lady. And y'all, when I tell y'all this lady called me Strawberry from the first time that she met me until, I mean, she still calls me that to this day. She probably posts something on my thing today. But she still calls me that. But it was just crazy how I came into the bike world and they handed me the same name. I said, okay, we can go with the Strawberry. I mean, I'm already used to that one.
It just fits people's names.
Yeah, it could be because of your personality. It could be a look. It could be something you've done. It could be something that you haven't done. I mean, it just depends on how they feel about you. When they go to that process.
She was bringing tags. I was like, why did they call her Taz?
Snack size, and then I like to snack a lot.
Fun size.
At first, you know, when they said her name was Taz, and because I'm like, she's always been sweet. You know, you think Taz, you think like the Taz.
Crazy, right?
And I'm like, that's not. I'm like, she's sweet. She's nice. Right. But then when you explain why, she do want to circle around. She can't sit down nowhere. She is. Yeah. So that's different. So you just have to understand why people's names are what they are because there's always a reason. You know, I had a girl. Her name. She was 6 feet tall. You know, I call her Shorty. It was the opposite because she was so tall. Shorty.
Right.
And that's the thing, y'all. We got this man. He like this tall. We call him too tall. Now he a triple OG in the game. He a triple OG. See, that's what I'm telling you. Anyway, he a triple OG, but he's like this tall. And his bikes are all bigger than him.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all call him too tall.
And his name is too tall. And if you call him too short, he will check you and tell you that is not his name.
Because I just got back from Columbus sometime today. But one of our DJs, and they're from Cali, half my state clubs from California, they were all up here in Columbus yesterday. And his name is DJ Slow. And I asked him, I said, where did you get that name from? Well, he said something about a metaphor because his cars are fast. He drives fast cars, and they call him DJ Slow.
Yeah, because it could be something like that, the total opposite.
Yeah.
So I want to get the opposite.
Yeah,
I want to drink like that.
Yeah,
We got our breakfast.
Come on, let's join, cuz.
They look like burgers and wheels.
I want to join too.
For the record, we were ready for the bike bus. I vision this. I'm like, they gonna come in with their vest, they leather. I'm like, I'm telling you, and we just entered. Like, I'm telling you. I'm like, they was like, they gonna have on their vest. I love to see them at.
And we walked in here with nothing.
I'm gonna get my vest. I'm wearing my vest. I'm gonna blend in. I was ready. He was like, I got this.
I'm going with my 3-piece suit, but you know what I'm saying?
It was part two where we all
blend in. Just let y'all know this time Gordon Hilltop House. If anybody know, I grew up around here. And me and my girl had a little girl. Yeah, we the Green Hilltop Posse for life. This is what this is. So we had these vests for some years now. So, but I thought I'd put this on and because I want to feel part of it. Look at this. You know what? I'm going to feel part of it. And I was going to get my name. I'm telling you what my name going to be when y'all was on.
How you gonna pick your own name? We just told you we had to give it right.
What's inside? Vitamin D as cholecalciferol, beetroot powder, vitamin B12 as methylcobalamin, senna leaf powder, psyllium seed husk powder, turmeric root extract, European elder fruit powder, organic ashwagandha root powder, organic Irish moss whole plant powder, fennel seed powder, maca root powder, papaya fruit powder, rose hips fruit powder, lactobacillus acidophilus complex, to say the least.
Shoot, you get a bang for your buck out of this. Shoot, I don't know what y'all waiting on, but y'all better hurry up and get some. While y'all playing around, you better get that trim down.
I want to hear it too, though. I don't want to get that name.
Come on with it. Spicy.
Spicy. Okay.
I can see that. I was ready for everything. I'm like, I can't do this. I was ready for this leather stuff. I'm telling you, that's all I was picturing. Like, ooh.
The rhythm all right in the leather.
And I got a denim vest.
Really? See, I would have. Girl, look.
It is not here.
I was like, oh, I know what I want to put on.
Yeah, you go to the closet. She said, look on the right side in the back.
I know where it is. Yeah, I know exactly.
We got things to talk about.
That's all right.
But I look at she just put the camera on so they can see. Look at her vest.
It's cute. She cute.
Look
Look at
I was blending in.
We really don't wear those if we're not on our bike unless we're going to some type of event and the weather doesn't permit or something. And even still, you will still see bikes.
You could just like whatever.
So y'all drove cross here?
Yes. Well, I don't have a point.
Right. Damn. So when do you cut it up? What is the cutoff season for riding bikes? What is the cutoff season?
When it gets too cold.
When it gets too cold?
For you.
For you.
Everyone's different.
Everybody is different.
Everyone's different.
I've rode in 36-degree weather. I've rode in 96. 106.
What you said, you're not. Degrees
I did it in a funeral.
The temperature is.
Right.
So if they say it's 60 something, it's really
50 something.
Because of the wind, the breeze.
The wind. It's 50 something. Take 10 off the top.
I thought that might be kind of dangerous because I'm thinking like, wintertime come and it's cold and the black ice. That's what I think about. What's up? With
That's
that?
why you gotta not do
in
that.
October one year. My first year riding actually. We took a ride to Macon, Georgia, and it was October.
Right.
And we set off at 4 in the morning. We was rolling. We got like an hour. We wasn't even barely in Kentucky. We was freezing. We had to stop at the gas station. We had extra gloves on. We put on extra socks.
And that's
we
still
got
work.
on those hand things. We had placed them on our thighs, on our arms. We was like,
y'all should have bought a whole set. She's got heated gear.
I had heated gear.
She's got heated gear.
I got heated gear now, but I didn't have the
Heated gear.
I can see your
It's
face.
a suit.
It's a suit that's warm and you
plug it
You
up.
plug it up.
Yeah, I have heated socks because I'm on.
There's heated socks, gloves,
I'm not.
suits.
When I went to Connecticut, I froze. I'm not there.
Never again. Right.
So I have
She
heated
said never
socks,
again.
my gloves,
You
my
only go
jacket.
north in the summer.
Yeah. And mind you, I went north in the summer. It was July. But it was, when we got through the
But
mountains.
you know what? Last night it was a little chilly too.
Oh, yeah.
It's July, baby.
It's starting to get chilly.
Coming back from
Yeah.
July.
It's
like
July.
fall.
Coming
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
crazy.
Oh, we was freezing. I was like, I had my whole face mask on, my helmet. Oh yeah, I was like, this is not what's up. I usually have half gloves on. We got over. I put my full gloves on. I'm like, yeah, this is not what's up. I had my jacket on. I put what also is helpful. I put my rain gear on. Even though it's not raining, the rain gear cuts the wind. Yeah,
bro, I'm trying to figure out where you got all that gear last night, because I'm like, what does she have on? That is not what she had on.
So the rain gear is that rain gear is not just for rain. It really helps cut that wind. So I had on, I always keep a long sleeve shirt in my bag.
Where she get all that gear?
Bro, because she was like, the one that she was had nothing. All of a sudden, she just had on some different clothes, and I'm just like, when did you change into that?
On the side of the road, she stepped into the Superman booth.
Preparation is a mug.
Yes.
Y'all know I done been out with some stuff.
My stuff is heated.
I done been dope.
It plugged into the bike.
Mine doesn't plug into the bike. Mine has a little battery pack. I have battery packs.
You got something to plug into the cigarette lighter though?
That's for the battery pack, and then I got the jacket and the gloves. The gloves plug up, the jacket and the jacket plugs up.
Yeah,
because mine's all
football games in the wintertime.
I used to have a 100-mile-per-hour jacket that I used to
When
wear.
I was talking about this beer, me thinking about temperature, it being frostbite. Since you said that, me and him drove down to Kansas City.
Y'all drove down to Kansas City.
To tailgate, and it was so cold, right?
Oh yeah.
So we was going to tailgate. I'm prepared. I had on these boots. They had fur on the inside.
Oh, so you dressed more.
Snowsuit on.
Oh yeah, I like your snow.
That's her.
I was together. I was together. He had on them.
I did have some Adidas.
No, it was the Jordans, the ones. They was orange and black.
Oh yeah. Trying to match the Bengals.
He was trying to match the Bengals.
Ass froze.
Man, he was still no froze, man.
Was I laughing at
You had no backup. What was your backup stuff?
He was playing out, and I be on there, y'all dancing. I'm all over the place. I'm like, he in one spot. I was like, what's wrong?
My feet was the only thing.
He ain't never tell me when he cold. He said, he
He trying to be strong.
Oh man.
I got heated
gloves.
socks, heated all that. I even got a yes.
They said, I'm prepared.
Ooh, that was so funny. So where's ready to go? I'm like, you ready to go? You know.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
What part of Kansas City did you think
I'm full of place for the tailgate. I don't feel nothing. I'm like,
that's that who they.
She got the break of sweat. She got
You have to.
and so
Nah.
funny. I mean, we got to that car. He was like, woo.
Oh, thank you.
City making
He said he wasn't gonna freeze. And when she was packing her
Hey, last year I went to the Bengals and Colts game.
he was all geared up and she didn't.
I went to
Why
the.
you ain't get him nothing warm?
Yeah, what's going on?
I thought he was warm. He had on his long black coat. I thought he had dressed warm.
I was warm to my calf.
You know it's your feet, right? As long as those are warm, your body will follow suit.
I swear, I went to the.
Funny, it was so funny we got that car though, because I did not know he was like cold.
I went to the Bengals and Colts game last year, and I'm a hot natured person. I'm always hot. So I wore my whole gear and everything. I was fine until that off the river breeze came in. You will never see me. You never see me chatter. My teeth. I'm standing there. I'm trying to cheer. My teeth is chattering. Walking back to the car, I'm like. And look, everybody looking at me there with me like,
But you live
bruh, like.
How did you know better?
No, I'm hot natured. I don't wear jackets or nothing.
You ain't never been.
I don't wear jackets or nothing.
You wasn't ready for real.
No, but I had a jacket on that day. Okay, I had a hat, jacket, I had my jersey on, pants, shoes, sock, everything. But that breeze hit after a while, my whole body and stuff was chilling. Hey,
the whole time inside the gear.
I was sweating. But I was. I I'm trying to talk like, yeah, I'm trying to talk like, go. I'm like, I ain't know you know you cold, but I ain't never seen I ain't never seen you chill like that. Because I don't wear no jackets, no coats, no nothing. I go in the wintertime with a white beater and shorts to the gas station real quick or to the store. People like, you cold? No. But that day, I was, man, my whole teeth.
Finally figured out how the rest of us been feeling.
Yeah. I was my whole mouth with the whole time. And we parked close to the stadium, but that walk back, I was like, man, let's hurry up. My whole body shit. I was like, wow. I said, I'm hot natured, but I had to take that extra layer of clothing and all that next time I go to the game.
That's what it was, the sweat.
I said, man.
Wind hit the sweat and shit, that chill.
Man, look, my whole teeth, mouth, everything was chattering.
That's crazy. So I got a question. So, would y'all do any of your children? You already said you don't have children, and I know you. Would you let your baby ride when you get older? Would you let him ride?
Maybe on the back of my now.
So there's it's a harness that I have.
I got the seatbelt.
It's what it is. It's a seatbelt harness that straps him to me, around me, and then he can hold on. And so I don't ride like far. I may ride around the corner. I'm not. He wants to ride all the time. That's what it is. I'm not there yet. I'm not that comfortable. So I would ride him around the block. But that's it. He always wants me to come pick him up.
On the bike.
How old is he? No, because he does. He wants to do all that.
How old is he?
So I'm not. I think once I get when I get my razor pack, I will feel more comfortable. Because
what's that?
The razor, it's just a tour pack on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like he's back on. He's more locked in. Besides just the seatbelt. Right now, I'm not that comfortable with that because I'm just not. I don't feel like he's that locked in to get on a main road. So I ride on the side streets. But he wants me to ride. He wants me to come pick him up from day camp, and I like no.
It's a ride
on Reading Road, and I'm just not that comfortable.
She's not there yet.
I'm not there yet with my son yet. Like, yeah, he get this. I don't want him looking over somewhere. I just told y'all that he looking, but he's now knows like, hey, yeah, you gotta hold on, don't let go. Because the first one he got on, he was looking around, not holding on. I'm like, oh, no. This before I had the strap, you know what I mean? And I'm holding on to him. I'm trying to hold on to him. I'm still just riding around the corner, which I'm riding with one arm. That's what I was saying. I'm like, no, I gotta find something that I can strap him to me and make him tight, connected to me. And I felt more comfortable, but he wants to ride.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, you know, he's around a family. And so, I expect him to be probably riding. I mean, he's always had a little motorcycle, you know, when he was, 1 or 2, we got him a little motorcycle, and he's standing up on it, riding, listening to the
music. It's a rap, you can forget. He's about to be.
Like, this is little, he's standing up on it.
Your baby.
He's standing up on like, dude, you can have I'm tripping.
Anybody coming up under y'all can forget it.
My nephew had the same type of little crotch rocket bike he had with the little training wheels. I swear to God, he had training wheels, y'all. And it come with the music and everything on it.
He like, turn my music off. So now he's got like a little Harley. It's a Harley thing, but he don't want to ride it because he said it's not what he used to. And so I'm thinking about getting him a one that's really good, because this one it's turned by the throttle. The one he has, the original one he had was by pedal. And he was like, no, yours don't do that, but it was fast. I mean, I think that little thing was fast.
Yes, I'm talking about the little what color was it? Red. Yeah, I bought a orange one.
I got on with him. He rode me like me was riding. I'm like, wait a minute, this thing. I didn't even with my nephew, though. I want to I'm like, no, I ain't gonna say that.
That's your son. It's a rap. You can hold. it's a wrap.
I can't imagine.
It's gonna be
like,
hard for you to pump
my
his
children
brakes.
are 31, 33, and 35.
Yeah,
and I try to
you got
convince
grown
each
kids.
one of them, come to the house, let me show you how to ride. I'm telling you, once you ride, you'll love it. I can't get them over there to do it. But my grandchildren,
It's
the
always
11-year-old and the
grandkids.
7-year-old, my husband rode on his because he's got the little seat, the little living room seat like this. And he just drove down to the end of the parking lot back. I was such a nervous wreck. Like, if she gets scared and try to jump off, you know, I was like, oh my God.
They don't be scared of
twice.
Little kids don't be scared of nothing.
I don't know. She clutched for me, and I was like, you gonna hold on, right? I was like, oh my God. They wasn't going far or fast, but I was a nervous wreck.
My son don't have no chill. He ready.
None
He
of
want
them.
ready. I do have him a real motorcycle at the house right now, but he ain't ready for that. But I have him one, but I know he's going. It's no.
We are at the point where we come to the end of the show, but we really appreciate this conversation.
Yeah.
It's very enlightening.
Very.
We found out a lot, and there's a lot of misunderstandings that between the drivers and the motorcycle, but mainly like the drivers. We thinking like we want to get to it, we want to get to so fast, and like the bikers are ringing, you ain't paying attention, and like my man Joey said, he got into a major accident. Yeah, so that was
Going 10 miles per hour.
10 miles per hour.
10 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's
And I
crazy.
fell down sitting still.
Right. You fell down sitting still?
Remember
Yeah. She forgot that the kickstand went up.
Sitting down and it just kept going. I just jumped off.
It's really not much you can do though when that's happening. Because when you're trying to catch it, you can hurt yourself.
Right.
And I think that's how people get really hurt a lot of times when they have an accident. They trying to hold on to the bike and trying to catch your bike and trying to save it. That's how you're gonna get hurt. Trying to save your bike, trying to catch your bike out. The thing you gotta let it go.
Right.
Like,
How far is it gonna go?
On the ground.
On the ground. You're gonna hit the ground, yeah. You know how far
It
it
might
is.
slide too.
You try to put your foot down and stop, you gonna break it down.
Yeah. Mine just dropped not too long ago. I'm
I
trying to
think
get
I
my
might
back.
have
I
been
let it
in
go.
my inebriated state.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it was definitely ripped off. Because the scar ain't surgical.
Because I was still wondering, you didn't finish when you were saying that he thought you was gonna go into the pond with his bike. But you stopped.
He slowed down, but I was going so fast, he just knew that I was not going to slow down. So, I just let it go. Yeah, slow down, but I'm not going to take that. When I say my neck was still, my head was still back, and this whiplash, start line, that thing took off. I was like, ooh, God.
What was the name? What kind of bike was
It
that?
was a Hayabusa, but it was souped up for racing, and
So it's 1300 plus cc's.
yeah, and it was air shifter, so I was, hitting it, and when I say that thing took off, I did not expect it to take off like a rocket. And I'm riding it, and my neck and my head was still back
It's
there.
not hard to experience. In the beginning, as a beginner rider, I went to the throttle and didn't realize I was throttling too hard. Maybe I thought I was on TV.
Hit the bumps, man. I hit the
gosh.
bump. Did you see when I hit that bump? My whole body came off. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm glad I was home.
Those bumps and how they look like speed bumps, but they're not. It's just somebody sat there. All those tiny bumps.
Yeah.
One of them,
But definitely comes out the feet.
Right.
You gotta hold
that sounds so
glad you
fun.
hold on. Because sometimes I have a habit of riding with one hand. And I'm like, when
Yeah,
I'm
you
in the
put your arm
car,
down.
Lean back,
chilling back, and I got lean back. I'm like this.
You
You never had an accident, right?
Oh, yeah.
You had an accident before?
I have a couple accidents.
Oh.
Yeah, I said,
And this was my
one going down, you're going down, or you didn't bend down.
Yes.
That's it. Going down and you bend down.
And the result is how you handle it.
Yeah. So, I've been down a couple times. I mean, I've been down to going off as I was just getting it off the ramp. I wasn't even going fast, and they went down and said I jumped up like a jackbox. They knew I was a rider because first, as a rider, you're not even concerned about you. The first thing you really concerned about is your bike.
You
Your
jump
bike.
right.
You bleed, you bleed. I ain't
But where is my bike though?
Right.
When I went down, and I was in the gravel, and my head busted and bleeding. I ain't know it was busting and bleeding. I'm looking at my bike. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I just did that. They like, you bleed hey, they be like, hey, no, let me check on my bike first.
Right.
Yeah. Check my bike, okay.
When I got ran up the road in Mason, that's the first thing I did.
Because I relate to this. This is
my
real.
bike is scratched up. I'm like, your hand busted out. That ain't
When I
right.
hit that gravel, that little bitty dash had my
that gravel will tear you up.
blood coming through. And they was like, you okay? We need to go to that. We was like 2 hours out from Cincinnati. I was like, no, get my bike up. Y'all help me get my bike up.
Right.
Get this up before stuff starts spilling out.
I sit like this the whole way home. When I got home, my husband had to help me get off the bike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you feel
Once your body relaxes and that pain
That's
kicks
fine.
in, that adrenaline rush wears off.
Right.
Oh,
Oh my
I
God.
was like, oh, let's keep going. She keep asking money. Keep going.
How people take pride in their possessions. I don't care what kind. I wrecked on the Norwood Lateral one year. I think it was a guy from the other side came over to give me check on me. I was jacked up. And when they came, they was trying to take away. I told my car was totaled. Wait, no, my skates is in the trunk of my car.
Shut up.
I need my.
no, when I got out of my woozy state from having my accident, this last one, the next one, have y'all seen my bike?
Right.
Have y'all seen my
She
bike?
got legs.
But have you seen my bike?
Not my leg, the bike.
Have y'all seen my bike?
First question was, where's my
leg?
It was down. But have you seen the bike?
Like people, their skates, but we treat our skates like they treat their bikes, and like people treat their car. All my skates are customized.
You have an event, and you'll notice that there's a lot of people outside. Why they not going? They're on motorcycles. Why they not going into the party? Probably because the parking is
outside.
Too far. No, the parking is too far from the event. I need to wash my bike.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna stay by our
bike
bike.
ain't
So they know still.
They can still do like that.
Yeah.
So y'all can't put them on the chain like a, like a regular bike?
Yeah.
No, not a regular bike chain.
I mean, it's not gonna hold shit.
They got to do fancy things.
She just asked can put it on there.
So
She ain't
Now
saying
they was gonna keep it from being.
She ain't asking to work. She asking to put it on there. Yeah. You can put it on there. It ain't gonna do shit.
Right.
There's people that are like, they know the event, they coming to look and see what bikes they gonna get.
And it's popular at Bike Week in Myrtle Beach too.
What if y'all chain them up together?
That's probably a little better.
See
That
how
makes it a little tougher on them.
Okay.
But if they got,
But if they're all chained together, they ain't
they
too
got real determination, bro. You get that side.
I know.
I'll protect my bike at all costs. Then I'm not leaving it. No
Parking lot party. We standing at the bikes.
Everybody it's some kind of rule. If we're going out of town to a skating event, you always carry your skates on the plane. You never. You have to carry them. Or they'll get lost. You want to carry them on the plane. That's just a rule, period. You never. Me and my friend went to LA one year and she didn't take her. She checked them in and they lost.
She never got back.
But it was all good because we didn't leave until they got them.
Player skates.
Come on. 8 weeks,
Mommy that.
So it's really funny how the similarities into different clubs and groups.
They're all hobbies.
Yeah, fun.
That we put,
Expensive.
yes, any hobby is expensive is what I was always told.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that y'all didn't mention that kind of surprises me is that when I learned to ride a motorcycle, and then people go by and they doing like this.
Oh, we sorry.
And then it was.
I seen somebody do that.
We sure love each other.
Yeah, the bike y'all pass each other, you two wheels down.
I seen two.
Like that's strong.
strawberry. If y'all see somebody up here like this, that's strawberry.
There's different rules. Like if you see a bike on the side of the road and their helmet is on the ground, that means they need stress and they need help. Not everybody on the side of the road needs some help. But if their bike on the ground, if they're if they put their helmet on behind their bike, they're in distress. They need
somebody to help
them. So I mean, a lot of times when we're riding, you don't necessarily know. I mean, I'm in my car and I seen the bike down, and I'm going to pull over because I'm a rider. Right. So I back up because I'm in the car. Hey, you okay? You need anything? You need to get to where you need to go. Oh, I'm cool. I'm just waiting on somebody. The one thing that I tell people that I'm riding with, if we get separated, don't pull over on the side of the road. Get off to the next exit.
Especially if you by yourself.
Yeah, I'm
It's too dangerous.
It's dangerous. I mean, it's not because it's a whole. So one time, basically, the whole entire club was taken out. They all pulled over on the side of the road waiting on a member, and a car came past, wasn't paying attention, and ran down the whole entire road.
Did they all pass or they?
Yes. They took down. That club lost 4 members.
Wow.
That's messed up.
Because they took them out. So I always tell people, don't pull over, clubs and stuff, bikers, don't pull over on the side of the road. You hear people in their car and they get in that car and they check and they getting hit. So you gotta think you on a bike. There's nothing to protect you. Yeah. So get off at the next exit. If I get separated, you can't. Trust me. If I know that we're separated, I know you got off for the next exit. I'm gonna get off for that. I'm gonna get off. Yeah. I'm not gonna go past. I'm gonna get off at the next exit because I know that's where you at waiting.
Right. That's scary, man.
You always want to have a conversation like that before you take one of those type of rides, because everybody needs to be in one accordance on what is to happen. Say, for instance, if you are separated, or what if my bike go down right here and I can't get to that next exit? The conversations need to be had because it's all safety precautions, and to make sure that everybody gets to their destination safely.
Yeah. I get pulled over by the police. Don't stop. Keep going. I get to the next exit. You don't stop with me. Keep going. Get to the next exit.
Yeah, because then all we gotta get the ticket.
Yeah, and this is all of us getting the ticket instead of one person.
Let me get it. Y'all
Man, we was going to kickbacks one night, and I guess it was a biker there that got pulled over by the cop, and the other one was gone. Yeah. And he was the one that's there getting the ticket from the cop, but the other one was gone. And they said usually he don't slow down though, but that for some reason he was driving a little slow, and he's the one got caught. But usually he one of the fastest ones to be gone. Yeah. But and all the other he was riding with the crew and the rest of them.
Took one for the team.
They said
I'll pull over, y'all keep going.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Cause usually they said he's one of the fastest ones that usually be.
What's up, Jamie? What's up, Jamie? What's up, Tracy? We see y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Sister Blick. Who's Sister Blick?
Sister Blick.
Y'all don't know Sister Blick? The Blick made me think she was part of the group.
What's that face Tracy making?
There must have been some accident.
It was probably when she was talking about the whole club that got taken out. That was 1 minute ago.
Well, we're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all comments.
Yes, it was fun.
Yes.
And we know a little more about the bike life.
Yes.
We do. It was very interesting, man.
Yes, very.
I don't know. I'm still trying to contemplate. I think I would be the one to get the bike, but I don't think she would ride on the bike with me. I don't think she would.
Well, she already said no, that's right.
I don't think she should. I got her something for her birthday, and she like, thank you, but no thank you. She like, nah, I don't want it. You can tell parts of it.
He just did the gesture. He just did the gesture.
Yeah.
A peacekeeper.
A peacekeeper. And she was like, no.
I'm terrified.
I said, hey, my birthday yet?
But I think it's
not. It ain't my birthday yet.
I think it's
no, it ain't my birthday gift. Is that what you said?
That's what he said. I don't want that.
He said you want to see one of your birthday gifts. Don't take that. Not that.
Then you showed it to her
feeling it.
I said, you gotta take it. You gotta take it in there.
It's yours. That's yours. You always gonna go on box.
I'm terrified even looking at one. I don't know. I start hyperventilating.
But I was nervous.
You see it
I learned how to work it and take it part of it, I was there.
And he had took it. He was like, Siri, no! She's killing me!
Did you know that she was gonna act that way? Tika, did you expect that reaction? Or was it like a total surprise?
Did you know that she was terrified?
Everybody was like, boy, I can't wait to see my mother gonna say, you sure it is.
She knew.
She's gonna be kind of standing right there.
But you ain't know it was gonna be like
I'm
that.
like, come on. Look,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like a little cute, yeah, like a little
and
tea.
she just made it like, go to class with me. Yeah, you gotta get introduced to like,
Right, it's 22.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh shoot!
Got them one. Pow!
I'm terrified because I remember my dad had been telling me because when I had my shoe store and I used to sit at that corner and he used to be like, "You need a gun in here. You need a gun." I'm like, "No." She said, "No, I'm not getting the gun." What is somebody come here?
I've got this mace. I have this mace.
Get her a taser. Get the lady a taser.
Right.
That's what I said.
Man.
That's gotta be a lie.
But now you cool.
That's all the time. I said, I don't care. It's like I'm losing baby.
He got you with the piece of steel.
There it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hold your piece.
Exactly.
Look, hey, look at that, Jenny. Hold your piece. Protect the piece. Yes.
But we're gonna end the episode.
This was fun though.
This was awesome.
Appreciate you guys coming on, man,
Yes.
and kind of like giving us some insight on the biker life. Maybe one of these days y'all catch us riding. We're gonna ride with Keita. We're gonna be in the back with Keita.
I'm gonna be a backpack.
I'm gonna get one.
I'm gonna be like,
I have my
I
baby
ain't gonna
back
be
with
scared.
me.
We just had to come. Hey!
I'm gonna have her on the back with me. Look, yeah. I'm gonna have her on the back. Like, yeah, I'm back with me. Yeah.
I don't know, but y'all ain't got y'all bikes, so.
I'm about to get one. I'm about to get one.
Right. No wonder y'all ain't got no gear around.
Right.
Y'all can't get cars.
I'm known to ride just like this. That's why I had 2 pipe burns on the back of my legs.
Oh, y'all always have no red mark.
I be hot.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing all my
Yeah.
toes. Because when that wind
Well, when I was
stops,
on the back of
getting
my
burning up.
I don't care how cold it is outside. When you stop and you
Yeah,
take
I
out
remember,
your
like, I had some
Burning up.
what I have, because I didn't
You have to come pick me up so I can hang
But
out.
I was cool. Well, man, listen, all in between my thighs.
You know what?
I was like, oh boy.
Like you're riding a horse.
A bike or a horse?
I was so
Like you're riding a horse. Riding a horse. Oh my God, your thighs, your inner thighs when you riding a horse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, when you get off, it be
You
burning.
gotta break it back in.
Yeah. And your
I rode a
body
horse.
out like,
I
damn,
rode a
I'm
horse.
1 year older this year. Yeah. When you learn top back out for the next season,
Yeah.
after you know, set the bike down for the cold season, you gotta break yourself back into that. You be exhausted. I know I do.
And it's like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, but when you stop and you get back, you
Right.
don't feel it. Because you be like,
You used to let out a sweat though? Man.
She been in the game
All
for
that
30 years. She
all
don't
that
sweat.
heat. When you
Ah!
looking like I
you know, sweat usually comes when I get off of that bug and the wind ain't blowing on me no more.
Yeah.
I start I don't sweat while I'm riding it. But when I get off, I got some water for you.
Yes.
I got the water for
We
you.
going on what 2 hours now.
I mean, you caught up in the conversation. You be like that, boy. You just go
I'll just say that we can talk about this for hours.
Right.
Yeah, 2 hours, 12 minutes. Yeah, 12 seconds.
Yeah, so thank y'all again. Like you said, thanks
No
for
problem,
coming.
man. You can have
Appreciate y'all.
Lay your head on my
Until next time.
pillow.
Dream Team.
We out.
We out.
Peace.
Yeah.